The great white shark, 5 meters of muscle and teeth. Behind it, a pod of orcas closes in. These two are ancient enemies, the ocean's 2 great apex predators, and only one of them will leave these waters alive. The orcas want one thing: the shark's liver. Ocean is the largest habitat on the planet. Salt water covers 71% of the Earth and holds around 97% of all its water. It stretches from sun-warmed shallows to trenches nearly 11,000 meters deep, where the pressure would crush almost anything from the surface. Sunlight fades to black within the first few hundred meters, and below that lies a cold and endless dark. In a place with nowhere to hide, every meal is a fight, and every predator is also prey. The war for the ocean never stops. It begins at the surface, in the open blue. Here, in water that runs for thousands of kilometers without a single place to hide, the great white shark rules by fear. It ambushes seals from below, rising unseen out of the dark, grows up to 6 meters long and can weigh more than 2 tons. Its jaws carry around 300 serrated teeth in replaceable rows, and its bite has been estimated at close to 4,000 pounds per square inch. It detects a single drop of blood in enormous volumes of water, and tiny sensory pores across its snout, the ampullae of Lorenzini, pick up the faint electric pulse of a beating heart. By culling the weak and the sick, the great white keeps entire populations of prey healthy and swift. This perfect killer has a rival it cannot beat alone. That rival is the orca, or killer whale. It reaches up to 9 meters and around 6 tons and moves through the water at speeds near 45 kilometers an hour. His greatest weapon is its mind. Orcas hunt in tight family pods, share hunting strategies passed down through generations, and coordinate their attacks with calls only their own pod understands. They wash seals from ice floes with waves they make on purpose. Individual orcas have driven great whites out of entire stretches of coastline simply by being smarter and working together. Closer to shore, the fighting grows even fiercer, packed into the most crowded battleground in the sea. The humpback whale does something almost no other animal will. When killer whales move in on a seal or a calf, humpbacks charge into the fight, bellowing, throwing their bodies and fins to drive the hunters off. It swims some of the longest migrations of any mammal, up to 8,000 kilometers each way. Those enormous fins, edged with barnacles, become weapons when a pod of orcas closes in on the young. But even the humpback guards something more vulnerable than itself. Nearby swims the largest animal that has ever lived, the blue whale, larger than any dinosaur. Its heart alone is the size of a small car, and its tongue can weigh as much as an elephant. Its call reaches around 188 decibels, louder than a jet engine, carrying across entire ocean basins to reach other blue whales hundreds of kilometers away. Orca packs have learned to hunt even this giant. Now the giants dive away from the surface into colder and darker water, where new hunters wait. In the freezing waters around Antarctica, the giants grow armored and aggressive. Fighting turns brutal. On these beaches, the largest battles between mammals in the ocean play out. 2 bull southern elephant seals rear up, chests slamming together, roaring and tearing at each other for control of the harem. Beneath the fat, and Scars hides a diving machine that plunges past 2,000 meters and holds its breath for nearly 2 hours, hunting squid in total darkness. On land, the bulls fight each other. At sea, they must watch the water, because something patrols this coast that treats even a young elephant seal as prey: the leopard seal, the assassin of the Antarctic. It lurks at the ice edge, snatching penguins and young seals in an explosion of speed and teeth, long reptilian head and a gape that opens shockingly wide. One of the very few seals that hunts warm-blooded prey, ambushing anything smaller than itself and shaking it apart at the surface. A single leopard seal can control an entire colony's stretch of water. As the top predator of the pack ice, it keeps penguin and smaller seal numbers in check across thousands of kilometers of frozen coast. Only one animal makes the leopard seal nervous. The same black and white hunter that shadows every giant in this habitat. Below 1,000 meters lies the midnight zone, where the cold bites near freezing, and the pressure could crush a submarine. The war between giants continues even here. The sperm whale dives into this crushing dark on purpose, hunting an enemy it cannot see. The largest toothed predator alive. It carries the biggest brain of any animal that has ever existed, holds its breath for over an hour, and descends past 2,000 meters, then floods the black with the loudest sound any creature makes. Some scientists believe those clicks are strong enough to stun. Working in groups, sperm whales dive in shifts and hold whole regions of the deep under constant patrol. It is searching for the one animal in the abyss large enough to fight back. The scars on its skin prove that fight is real. The colossal squid is the largest invertebrate on Earth. Its 8 arms and 2 tentacles are lined with rotating, 3-pointed hooks. Its eyes are the largest in the entire animal kingdom, each one roughly 27 centimeters across, built to catch the faintest glimmer in the black. When a sperm whale descends, the squid fights with everything it has, raking those hooks across the whale's head and jaws. For millions of years, these two giants have battled in the deepest arena in the world, far below where any human eye can follow. But the ocean's defining clash does not happen in the dark. It happens in the open, between its two greatest hunters. Orcas and great white sharks want the same thing, the rich prey of the same coasts. For decades, one stretch of South African water belonged to the great whites. Hundreds gathered there to hunt seals, the undisputed kings of that sea. Then the orcas came. They hunted the sharks directly, flipping them upside down to hold them still, extracting the nutrient-rich liver with chilling precision and leaving the rest to sink. The great whites did the only thing they could. They fled. Yet the fiercest threat these animals face today comes from far beyond the water. The ocean has absorbed most of the extra heat caused by human activity, along with huge amounts of carbon dioxide. The water is becoming more acidic, slowly destroying the coral reefs that countless species depend on. Since the 1950s, the world has lost about half of its living coral. Around 1/3 of fish populations are being overfished, while millions of tons of plastic enter the ocean every year. Oceanic shark and ray populations have also fallen by more than 70%. Animals that survived for millions of years are now disappearing within a single human lifetime. The ocean fights to recover. Humpback whales, once hunted down to a few thousand animals, have climbed back into the tens of thousands since a global whaling ban in the 1980s. Sea otters, reduced to perhaps 1,000 survivors, now number over 100,000 across the North Pacific. Marine protected areas shield a growing share of the seas, and a worldwide effort known as 30 by 30 aims to protect 30% of the ocean by the year 2030. Every life here is bound to every other, in a balance perfected over hundreds of millions of years. It is beautiful, merciless, and it has never once stopped.